Yes.
Okay.
I'm letting it open by my face rather than.
Okay.
Good to go.
All right. Let me paint you a picture. It's Christmas Eve. Chestnuts are roasting on an open fire. A light snow falls outside. My grandma is making a pot roast. The children all desperately await Santa. It is truly a white Christmas indeed. These are all things that I have personally never experienced on Christmas Eve or any other holiday for that matter. Indeed, the climate is too hot for a fire. My grandmother has been dead for over 20 years, and the children would all rather be playing Fortnite than wait around for some fictional fat old white man. Instead, my aunt is making pozole, and our one family tradition is being fulfilled, the game of Continental. Continental, or Continental, as my family likes to say, is a card game best played with a very large group of people, and is a perfect combination of skill, determination, patience, and a little bit of luck. To simplify a great deal, the objective of the game is probably one that you've heard before, threes of a kind, like 3 sixes and 3 kings, and a combination of straight, which are 4 cards in a row of the same suit, over the course of seven different rounds. Although my family and I do love playing this game, no one really knows its exact origin. However, every single family member I've ever met on my dad's side of the family knows how to play the game. The game eventually made its way into the United States when my grandparents moved here from a small town in Sinaloa and settled in Los Angeles. I personally learned how to play Continental when I was only 6 years old, and it's been a staple of my family ever since. My immediate family back home is super busy, and when I lived there weren't a lot of things that we did together as a family unit. But the one thing we always made time for was Continental. When I do get the pleasure of seeing any of my extended family, the first thing on anyone's mind is Continental. My mom, however, has a policy that whenever we play our extended family, we have to keep the victory in my immediate one. You may not understand why a card game brings my family together, and that's perfectly fine. What matters is that it has a great importance to me, just as I'm sure you all have traditions that you like to celebrate with your family that may not seem quite traditional. My favorite memories and anecdotes of my family are also somehow related to the game. My late grandmother, the one I mentioned before, would always cop out of paying whatever money she owed when they used to bet on the game. My grandfather's tenacity and catchphrase, "Jew take it," when other people wanted the same card as him, rings in my mind every single time we play the game. My father's smugness and almost infuriating attitude about his skill, which admittedly is spot on as he almost wins every time, is always part of the experience. Playing a card game is my greatest treasured family. It has been a constant in my life. The same 7 rounds played in the exact same way. It has brightened up my idea of family, and I will forever be grateful for the card game from the small town in Mexico.